What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be washing the car. The last time you guys saw it was when I did the reveal, and at the end of that I was like, this thing is dirty, and it's even really been a couple of weeks since I did that reveal. So the last weekend I went up to my girlfriend's house, and the only place I could park my car was underneath the tree. So yeah, needless to say, it definitely needs a proper wash. So today we're gonna go ahead and jump into that. All right, so we've got all our supplies. We've got our microfiber sponge, we've got our microfiber towels for drying, a wheel cleaner, our wash, nice foaming hybrid wax there, and then we've got our just basic shop towels, and we're using the 2-bucket system today. Always use a 2-bucket system. You got one for your clean bucket and one for your rinse bucket, so all of your dirty stuff ends up in the rinse bucket, so you don't end up putting all of that dirt that you just took off right back on and then scratching up your paint, because nobody wants scratched up paint. All right, so we're trying to get everything in one carry here, so we're not having to make multiple trips. I'm gonna shut the garage. The apartment complex that I'm in has a communal car wash that I'm gonna be using today. It's got a nice pressure washer, so that's really solid. There we go. All right. Dang it. Make sure we get all of our buckets here. There we go. All right. So yeah, using the 2-bucket system, always make sure that you clean from the top down, and we're gonna get into that. So let's get rolling. Alright guys, so we're getting started here. You always want to make sure you've got 2 buckets. So this is a 2-bucket system. You've got your clean bucket, and then you've got your rinse bucket. So pretty much, once you get soap on the car, then you come through and you rinse in your clean, no soap in there, obviously soap in your clean bucket. And you want to make sure, one of the things that you want to do is always clean your car from the top down. So essentially anything that's going to, any dirt or any grime or whatever that you're going to wash off from the top of the car transfers down, and so by the time you get to the bottom and you clean the bottom, everything should be clean at that point. So you want to start with obviously the roof, and then all of your glass, as well as your A and your C pillars, and probably go ahead and do your door mirrors, and then come through and rinse the whole thing. Then once you've done that, you can then go around and get like the top half of the sides, as well as like the hood and the trunk of the car, and then go through and rinse that all again. And then you go through and do the bottom half. So you do like where your side skirts are, like the bottom of panels, the bumper, the front bumper, and the grill, as well as the rear bumper, and then if you need to do the exhaust as well. Rinse the whole thing down one final time, microfiber it all, make sure it's all nice and dry. Okay, so now I've done the top, and I've done, I'm done rinsing everything, and then so you spray everything down again, and now we're gonna do the sort of, top half of all of the sides, the trunk, as well as the hood. Alright guys, so now that that's done, I've resprayed everything, I've rinsed it all down. So now we're just gonna go back through and get the last section, that bottom half, all the way around the car, and then we're gonna get it dried off, and then we're gonna hit the wheels. now that the whole thing is washed, nice and clean, because this is a hybrid wash wax compound, I don't just want to leave it and let it air dry, because if I do that, then there's going to be a bunch of water spots, especially if I leave it in the sun. So we're going to go ahead and microfiber the hell out of this thing. So one of the big things about microfibers is that because of the way that they're constructed, it'll pick up dirt and it sort of hides it away in the little shag material, if you will. And one of the things is that you really want to essentially lay the microfiber on top and then pull the microfiber across the surface. You don't want to push down and, you know, scrub back and forth, because what that's going to do is take all those particles that you're trying to pull off of your surface, the surface of your paint, or in my case, the surface of your wrap, and you're just going to push those particles straight in, and you can cause swirl marks, scratches back and forth. So let the towel do the work. All right, guys, we're just now finishing up with the actual wash. So now the whole thing is dried. It's looking really good. So now we're gonna move on to the tires. Well, tires and wheels. All right, so I'm ready to do the wheels. I'm using this Meguiar's just standard all-wheel cleaner. It's got a like a color change type of effect. I think it sprays on white and it turns purple when it's ready to wash off. So this is like a essentially a no scrub or a minimal scrub type of product. So you'll spray it on, you know, let it sit, but you don't want to let it sit for too long because it could start eroding your paint if you have like a thin, like a clear coat or something like that. So because of the fact that this product is pretty strong. So yeah, spray it on, leave it for, I think maybe, you know, 1 or 2 minutes, not too long. And then go through, spray it down with your pressure washer, and then I'm gonna be a little raggedy, well, and just come through, clean them off with my shop towels, and then call it good. This thing is looking pretty solid, way better than it did when I started. I'm also an idiot. I wiped down the whole car and got the whole thing dried off, and then came right behind it and just sprayed a whole bunch of water all over the wheels, subsequently getting the body nice and wet. Yeah, I do. It's called Building with Sean. I just started it. I just had a couple of people, well actually it was a mom, stopped in her car with like her 3 kids, and they were like, hey, do you vlog for a YouTube channel? I was like, yeah, I do. Oh geez, this is fun. All right guys, wheels cleaned, time to get them dried off. All right guys, that is gonna wrap up the video. Really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, leave me a like. New channel, trying to grow, trying to get a subscriber base. So anyway, she's looking nice, very nice and clean. I feel pretty accomplished about that. So yeah, recap, always use a 2-bucket system. You have a wash and you have a rinse. Always start from the top down, do like 2 or 3 levels of wash. You know, doing the roof and your glass first, then your hood and trunk kind of level a little bit of the top of the sides of the car, and then go around and get the base all the way around. That way, any of the water and dirt that might, you know, trickle down eventually gets picked up on the bottom. So yeah, if you liked it, leave me a like, and subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you in the next one.